Yo, this is Boštjan from Bosslifehacks.com, and I'm here in city of London, okay? An amazing place, and today we'll talk about confusion in life, okay? If you're, wondering what to do, where to go next, if you're a little bit confused on where you are at this moment, I'll give you some really practical tips and things you can actually do to figure that shit out, so pay close attention. The first thing you need to realize it, and it will help you massively, it's just a simple mindset. You're not alone, okay? Everybody feels this most of the time, right? All the successful people, like all the entrepreneurs, all the people that always achieved something in their lives, they were always a bit lost or not always sure, If you know about a person who kind of knew they want to be a gymnast from the time they were a kid, that's really rare, okay? People like that are super rare. Normally we just go from one thing to another until we kind of find out what it is that we want to do with our life or where we want to be going, right? So the first thing that will really help you realize that you're not alone, and that it's okay to kind of try different things, to be in different social circles, to kind of test out a few things before you kind of slowly start to, find your own way. All right, now a practical thing you can do, ask people what they think your strengths are, right? A general principle of success is you should build on your strengths, right? Don't build on your weaknesses, because you can only achieve so much. If you excel and if you build on your strengths, you can really come far, right? So how to figure out what you're really good at? Well, ask the people that are close to you. Ask your coworkers, your friends, your family. Ask people who know you really well what they think you are really good at. I made this survey on Facebook once. I think I messaged 10 people that are close to me, hey, what do you think I'm really good at? And their answers really surprised me and showed me some new sides of me that I didn't know. So I really recommend you to try this out. Number 3. You don't just ask other people what they think, but you want to think about yourself, right? But a very helpful mindset is what I am curious about, okay? I got this from my friend Katalin back in Bucharest. Respect for that one, bro. It's not about what you're passionate, because this word has become defiled, right? Everybody's speaking about it. Yeah, follow your passion, what does it even mean, right? So instead, choose the mindset, what you're curious about. What would you like to learn more, what you're interested about. Curious is a very good word, okay? All right, now you've done a little bit of research, you ask people what they think your strengths are, and you know kind of the topics or the areas you are curious about. What you have to do now is kind of put those two things together and make a crossing, right? So basically you will be left with some things that people have told you that you are good about and things that you are curious about, right? So once you come to this cross selection of different things you are good at and that you feel curious about, you will kind of have a few different options, right? Maybe it's I don't know, healthy cooking for busy people. Then it's natural gym supplements. Maybe it's, I don't know, finance for non-government organizations. I don't know, you'll find a few areas. They might be more narrow or more broad, it doesn't matter, but you will kind of find a few of those, right? I'm guessing it's best if you find at least a few. The next thing I want you to do is think about it, how those areas will reflect in your future, right? In 5-10 years from now, if you actively pursue these areas, where will you end up, right? If it's a... Thank you, Vespa. What the fuck? So if it's a business venture, think about it where that can bring you in 5 or 10 years, right? Maybe you're, I don't know, you're doing photography, right? Think about it where you can be in 5 years. Can you scale that business? Do you need to open franchises? How can you make this bigger if, in 1 or 2 years, you feel you're kind of stuck, you can't do as much as you would like so much, right? So, you have this cross section, you have this 7, 5 or whatever areas that you're curious about and that you are good about, and now think about what they mean for your future in 5 or 10 years, right? And then if you put all these 3 factors into consideration, the thing you should be pursuing should be pretty obvious, or at least you will have 1 or 2 or maybe 3 areas that are really good for you in all these 3, terms, and then you just pick one of them, right? All right, so now that you've done that part, you've done with thinking, okay? Now after this, there's no more thinking, that's just doing, right? Massive action. So if that is like a business venture or a new job that you want to go, like go for it, right? Apply to, I don't know, like a million different employers, or go really hardcore for one, right? A really good video I did on that topic is how to get your dream job. I'll pop the link somewhere, so check that one out. But really, like, the thinking stopped now, right? So you really want to take as much action as possible, because that will make you like learn new things, get the skills, like eventually get a living from it. Like the thinking, it's done now for like, I would say 3. There's one more of those motherfuckers, but this one is not so loud though. Yeah, this is nice. Why can't everybody have? So now I would say you're in a point where you need to do for like 3 to 18 months, you're just doing, right? You decided for, I don't know, you want to, I don't know, make a Shopify e-commerce business, right? Now like at least 3 months, and probably it's better even more. Like you just need to be doing stuff. Like a lot of people start some things and then like after a week or 2 weeks, they're like, oh, I don't know, it's too hard. No, fuck that. Like you decided, you know what your strengths are. People told you that, like you are curious about that. Like there is no excuses, right? And you know that in your future, this can bring you to a good place. Now it's just doing like at least 3 months. And then after that, you can evaluate whether that business venture or new hobby or whatever that you're trying to do with your life right now, is that bringing any results? Is it changing you? Is it making your life better? Okay, continue, go for 6, go for 9, go for 18 months, right? Like always be evaluating, but don't go less than 3 months, okay? Otherwise you're just jumping from one thing to another and you accomplish nothing, right? All right, so one more thing I would like to add here is that it doesn't always come down to money, right? As long as you're doing something that you're good at, so you're building on your strength, and you're curious about that topic, that's pretty much all it matters, as long as you have enough money for like food and shelter, right? Like, because that means that you're learning new things and that you're improving on your strengths. As long as you're learning new things and like you're meeting new people, you're like getting like new social networks, you're traveling places. As long as you're doing all those things, the money is not the key thing, because like, as we said, we projected 5 or 10 years into the future, right? It's not just from today or tomorrow, like how big the wage is. It doesn't matter. As long as you're learning new stuff, you're good to go, right? If you're a coder and if you get offered a job at Google, like go do it even if you have to work for free, right? That's one of the principles I mention a lot of the times. I know it's a little bit dodgy and I don't want you to work for free unless you have to, but as long as you're learning new things and you're getting like new business, like relationships, social networks, traveling places, like you're good to go, because you will learn the skills that will bring you the money later on, right? A personal example, I traveled, like, you know, most of the traveling you saw, I did that like for a few months, and I didn't get any money for that, but I learned so much stuff that like this will allow me to like make a really cool income, you know, like we're, you know, working on a book, like opening a new kind of business as well, while on the main course doing the videos, like all kinds of different shit, right? And that's because I have the opportunity to meet all these different people, to get connections, to see places, right? So to conclude, if you're a bit confused about life, I know it sucks, right? The first thing that will help you is like know that you're not alone. All the successful people, everybody struggles with it, okay? So the first thing is you're not alone, so just kind of chill a little bit about it. Then what you want to know is what your strengths are, okay? So ask some people what they think you are good at. They'll give you a different picture than from yourself, because usually we only see like sometimes like the bad sides, or we're not really accurate at determining what our strengths are. After you're done with that, ask yourself what you're curious about. Fuck passionate, okay? That word has been raped too much, so use the word curious, determine what you're curious about, and then put all those two things together. You'll get like a cross selection of a few areas that you're curious about and you're good about, because those are your strengths, right? Then ask yourself, what will those areas, where will they lead me in 5 or 10 years? And then after that, all the thinking stops, okay? You just focus on the doing, whether it's getting a new job, whether it's starting your own business or running it better, whether it's like doing a backpacking year around the world. I don't care. Whatever it is that you kind of found out you should be doing, just focus on that and do it at least for 3 months. I would say 3 to 18 months is like a really good time to kind of figure it out. If you really like it, if you can make some money in the end, like if you know it's working out as you planned it. If not, feel free to change it, but don't do less than 3 months, okay? Don't fuck it up here. The last thing I want to say, that money is not the determining factor. As long as you are learning new stuff, as long as you are meeting new people, as long as you're traveling, as long as you are acquiring critical skills that will help you in those next 5 to 10 years to build a brand, build a business, whatever it is that you want to do, you're good to go. All right, so again, this is Boštjan from Bosslifehacks.com. I'm here in awesome city of London. Let me know what you think about this video. Did you like it? Drop some comments, you know, I like them, I read every one of them. I'm like a little girl, like super happy, yay, like somebody actually commented. So do that. And as you see, like I'm also doing these videos, you know, I'm not making any money out of this yet, but fuck it, you know, it takes time, 3 to 18 months, right? And I know that results sooner or later will follow. So thanks for watching, have an awesome day, and enjoy life and take care, peace.